right, guys, we're going to start today's video with a minute on the mountain, which comes from John 15:13. It says, "Greater love has no man than this, than to lay down one's life for one's friends." Yesterday was Veterans Day, and so I've been thinking about the sacrifice that our veterans make and have made. So for all of you men and women out there who served or who are currently serving, thank you so much. Sure appreciate the sacrifices that you've made, the time you've given up from your families, the danger you've put yourself in for my freedom and for the rest of those who enjoy the freedom we have in this country. So thank you. I hope you know you're appreciated. I hope you know how grateful we are. Now, Jesus obviously personified this love. He laid down his life for all of us. In fact, he laid down his life for us even when we weren't his friends. And the Bible says that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. So he didn't wait for us to come to him. He didn't wait for us to love him before he demonstrated his love for us on the cross. So that's the Minute on the Mountain for today. Again, John 15:13. Thanks for coming along, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Well, guys, I'm loading up my antlers today to take and sell them. So I got a little extra money for the holiday season. And so I thought I'd just show you some of my favorite ones before I get rid of them. So we'll do that here in just a second. So this is the very first shed I found when I started doing Minute on the Mountain. This is on the very first video that I did. So I'm actually not selling this one, just for sentimental reasons. I'm going to keep it. And there's one other shed in here that was from the very first video. I'm going to keep that as well, but then everything else I'm selling, so I'll show you those. So here's the other antler that was on that very first Minute on the Mountain video that I did. A little 4-point with an eye guard. Cool little hook on the eye guard. A little tiny cheater starting on the middle. This tip had been chewed off. So that, and then that white little crab claw were on the very first video. I actually found a third shed on that video, which I did. I gave that away in one of the giveaways I did early on. And so we'll probably use some of these other antlers from that first video on future giveaways. So this, guys, is the first decent elk shed I found. First elk shed that wasn't just a spike or a broken tip. It's a 5-point. It's not very big. It was brown when I found it. I've had it for a couple years now, and so we're going to get rid of this today, but that's one of my favorite antlers just because it's the first decent elk shed that I found. All right, then this elk shed I found this year. It's the first brown that I found, and I was at the end of a long hike. I worked hard for this shed, and probably definitely my best elk shed that I found this year. And this is my favorite deer shed that I found to date. I was debating whether or not to keep this one, but I'm gonna go and get rid of it. But it's got this really long, cool hook cheater that drops down on the back. It's got a lot of mass. It's a thick antler. It found over on the other side of Bear Lake, where for whatever reason those antlers, they don't tend to get very wide over there. At least all the ones I found, they kind of grow straight up. But so that's another one of my favorite ones that I found. This is the first set that I found. Found this also on the other side of Bear Lake. A little 4-point, and very similar to where Andrew found his first set this last year. So speaking of Andrew's, here's his set. That's the set he found last year. All right, and this is the first moose paddle I found. Obviously it's a tiny one. In fact, I wasn't even sure when I found it if that's what it was, but it's definitely a moose paddle. I found one other nice moose paddle about 2 years ago. I ended up having a guy do some professional engraving work on, and we gave it away at a raffle event at church. But this will always be pretty cool to me because it's the first moose paddle that I found. right, guys, so to wrap up, when I went and dropped off my sheds the other night, I sold them to Steve Sorensen in Hiram, Utah. His company is Antler Buyer LLC. Super nice guy. He's doing a lot of neat stuff with veterans, taking them on hunts. And so, along with kind of this Veterans Day theme, just want to give him a shout out. If you're looking for a guy to sell your antlers to in northern Utah, check him out. Again, Steve Sorensen. And I'll put his information in the description box. Sorry for the dog barking in the background. But hey, I wanted to get into the details about the giveaway. We did hit 250 subscribers. We're at 251 as of right now. And this giveaway is the same one I did when I hit 200. Same prizes. So the first thing is a Peak 1 stove by Coleman. I use this on all my backpacking trips. It's really light, easy to use. And so that's the first item in the giveaway. Then next is this little stainless steel cup for boiling your water. Real simple design. It's super light, packs away easy. I have a very similar one like this in my pack that I use. A utensil. So this one's plastic. It's got a serrated edge on this end, so you can also use it as a knife, fork, and spoon. And then obviously you got to have some food too, right? So we've got Mountain House. We've got a breakfast, which is biscuits and gravy. We have a lunch or dinner, which is beef stroganoff. So that's the giveaway for this round. All you have to do to enter in the giveaway is just comment on this video, and I'll do one more video where if you comment on that one, you can get entered in a second time. And then lastly, if you are a subscriber to the channel, you're also entered automatically just for being a subscriber. So good luck to everybody on the giveaway. Thanks a lot for all your support. Please comment so you get entered, and we'll see you next time right on the mountain.